What if I told you that none of your struggles have gone unnoticed? Every long night you've spent calculating bills, every sigh you've hidden so no one would see, every moment you wondered if you could make it to the next paycheck. I've seen it all. You may feel invisible to the world, but you are not invisible to me. I see the weariness in your eyes when you open your wallet and it doesn't hold what you hoped for. I see the hesitation when your heart longs to give your family more, but your circumstances keep you from doing so. I see you forcing a smile, trying to stay strong for those you love, even when inside you feel close to breaking. And yet, in every hidden detail of your life, I am present. I am not just a distant observer. I am the God who never abandons you. When everyone else seems silent, I'm still speaking. When you feel like no one understands, I am the one who knows your heart completely. But here's something you may not realize. Even your smallest efforts, even the moments where you whispered a quiet "Amen" in the middle of despair, have weight in my presence. Not one tear has been ignored. Not one sacrifice has been wasted. The truth is, your story is not a forgotten one. It is not overlooked, and it is not too small. And what you're about to see is that all the silent battles, all the quiet faith, all the hidden struggles are leading you toward a breakthrough you never expected. Because what comes next will change everything. Think for a moment about all the sacrifices you've made that no one else noticed. The times you chose to save instead of spend. The meals you prepared with love, even when the table looked simple. The quiet choices you made to put your family first, to stretch what seemed like nothing into something. Others may have missed it, but I never did. Every cent you set aside in hope, every prayer you whispered when no one was around, every time you fought back tears and chose faith instead, I saw it all. None of it slipped past me. None of it was wasted. Your life is like a field that's been dry for a long season. The ground looks cracked, the soil looks barren, and from the outside it seems as if nothing good could ever grow there. Yet still, you kept planting seeds, acts of faith, moments of trust, even when the rain refused to fall. And here's what you need to understand. No seed planted in hope ever dies in my sight. What feels forgotten is simply waiting for its appointed time. Just as the farmer plants a seed in dry ground, believing the rain will come, so too have your efforts been stored up for the moment I choose to send provision. And that moment is closer than you think. Because just when it seems too late, just when you're ready to give up, I step in. And when I move, the dry ground doesn't stay dry. The seeds don't stay hidden. The silence doesn't last forever. What's coming next will prove that every unnoticed effort has been counted. And every small act of faith is about to bear fruit. There comes a moment when the waiting ends, a moment when the silence breaks and the doors that seem bolted shut begin to move. That moment is now. This is the month I begin to unlock what has been closed in your life. Think of a heavy door, rusted, unmoved for years. People may have pushed, pulled, and even given up, believing it would never open. But with one turn of the right key, everything shifts. That is what I am doing for you. The very doors that resisted you will respond to my command. Streams that looked blocked will begin to flow again. Opportunities that seemed out of reach will come into view. Situations that appeared unchangeable will turn in your favor. Because when I declare an unlock, nothing and no one can stand in the way. This isn't just about money appearing in your hands. It's about me rearranging circumstances, placing the right people in your path, opening new ways where before there was nothing but walls. What felt impossible yesterday will suddenly look simple today. And here's the truth. This unlock isn't an accident or a coincidence. It is a command released from my throne. I have already sent resources in your direction. I have already stirred hearts to help you. I have already begun to shift what seemed immovable. So prepare yourself, because what I am unlocking now will not just meet your needs. It will remind you that I am the God who provides in ways beyond what you can imagine. But that's only the beginning of what I'm about to do. Look around at the world, and you'll hear voices of scarcity everywhere. News of failing economies, rising prices, and constant uncertainty. But I'm not limited by the numbers on a chart, the state of the market, or the opinions of people. My provision goes beyond the limits of the world. Bills that weigh heavy on your table, They will be paid before their deadlines. Job doors that never seemed to open, they will unlock in ways you didn't expect. Businesses that felt stuck, frozen with no movement, they will come alive again. Because when I release abundance, it doesn't trickle, it overflows. Remember, I am the God who sent bread to the hungry in the desert, who filled jars of oil when they should have run dry, who multiplied loaves and fishes until thousands were satisfied. And if I did it before, why would I not do it again for you? My resources are not measured by the limits of your paycheck. My ability is not bound by the strength of your effort. I can place opportunities in front of you that no degree, no connection, and no strategy could ever create. I can turn one small idea into something that sustains generations. This month, I want you to see me not as a distant provider, but as your personal source. I am the one who ensures you do not lack, the one who provides not just enough, but more than enough. Because when I provide, it comes with peace, with joy, and with freedom. And what I'm about to show you will prove that my supply is far greater than your need. Before you doubt what I am about to do, pause and remember what I have already done. Your memory is the key that unlocks your faith. Too often, when challenges rise, you forget the quiet rescues, the hidden provisions, the unexpected turns that carried you through before. But I want you to recall them now. Do you remember the time you didn't know how the next bill would be paid, and yet, out of nowhere, the solution came? It may have been a friend who stepped in at the right moment, a call you weren't expecting, or a door that opened just when you needed it most. That was not coincidence. That was me, showing you that I am the God of timing, the God who is never late. Do you remember the opportunities that appeared when you thought there were none left? The job that came after countless rejections? The idea that sparked when you had already run out of plans? The peace that settled in your heart when everything else was chaos? None of that happened by chance. I was behind it all, orchestrating every detail, making sure you had what you needed. And beyond your personal story, look at the history written in my word. I was the one who rained manna from heaven every morning so Israel would never go hungry in the desert. I was the one who commanded oil to keep flowing in a widow's jar until her debts were cleared and her family restored. I was the one who multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish until thousands ate and were satisfied. I was the one who told fishermen to cast their nets one more time, and their empty boats overflowed with fish. If I did those things then, why would I not act now? If I opened the sea for a nation to walk through, can I not open a way for you? If I provided water from a rock in the middle of a wasteland, can I not bring provision into the dry places of your life? You see, your story is not separate from theirs. The same God who worked then is the same God who works now. My power has not faded. My promises have not expired. And my care for you is no less than my care for those who came before you. So remember, if I have done it before, I will do it again. And this time, I will not only provide what you need, but I will show you that I can go beyond it, exceeding every expectation, surprising you with blessings you didn't even think to ask for. Because your past miracles are not the end of the story. They are the proof that a new one is about to begin. I know the voices that speak to you. They say there is no way out. They remind you of every failed attempt, every closed door, every time you tried and came up short. Fear whispers that nothing will change, that this is just how life will always be. And when you listen too long, those whispers start to sound like truth. But I want you to see something clearly. Fear is not the final word. Fear magnifies problems, but faith magnifies solutions. Fear says, look at what's missing. Faith says, look at what God has already prepared. Fear tells you the door is locked forever. Faith tells you the key is already in your hand. You don't have to let fear be the voice that guides your choices. You don't have to let doubt control your decisions. Because faith isn't about pretending the problem doesn't exist. It's about believing the problem isn't greater than the one who walks with you. Remember this: when Peter stepped out of the boat and walked on water, the storm didn't stop first. The waves were still crashing, the wind was still fierce, but his faith in my word allowed him to do what looked impossible. The moment he shifted his focus back to fear, he began to sink. It's the same with you. The storm may not end immediately. The bills may still be on the table. The deadlines may still be near, but faith allows you to move forward while fear keeps you frozen. Faith opens your eyes to see doors where others only see walls. This is why I say, do not let fear write your story. Fear will always tell you to wait, to hide, to give up. But faith tells you to trust, to step out, to believe that what looks impossible is already in motion. So choose faith. Even when logic says nothing will change, believe that I'm working behind the scenes. Even when your eyes see emptiness, trust that abundance is on the way. Because fear may shout loudly, but my promises speak louder. When I unlock your life, I don't just place money in your hands. I open your eyes, I renew your mind, and I equip your hands with strength. Because true provision is more than numbers in an account. It is wisdom to manage, creativity to build, and courage to keep moving forward. This month, I will place new opportunities in front of you. Some will look small at first, almost too simple to matter, but don't overlook them. David's sling looked small compared to a giant. A boy's lunch looked insignificant compared to thousands. Yet I used both to create victories that are still remembered today. Do not despise small beginnings, because in my hands, they carry more power than you imagine. I will also stir ideas in your mind, thoughts that may come in a quiet moment, in a conversation, or even in a dream. These ideas will be the seeds of change, the spark that shifts your situation. Pay attention, for I am giving you wisdom that others may overlook. What seems like an ordinary thought could become the very key that opens your next season. But understand this, provision is not only about receiving, it is about multiplying. I will give you insight on how to manage what you already have. I will sharpen your vision so that you no longer see lack, but possibility. Where others see limits, you will begin to see strategies. Where others see closed doors, you will notice hidden entrances, and I will also surround you with the right people. Expect divine connections, conversations that lead to opportunities, friendships that open doors, mentors who guide you in wisdom. Some of these connections will appear unexpectedly, but they will be precisely what you need in the moment you need them. This is not just about surviving the month. It is about stepping into a new cycle of growth. You will not only receive, you will create, you will build, you will expand. Because I am not unlocking your finances for one moment of relief. I am unlocking your mind and your spirit so that you learn to walk in abundance every day. And as you begin to see this transformation, you will realize this was never just about money. It was about preparing you for something much greater. This month will not be like the ones before. This is a turning point, a shift, a line drawn in your story. For too long you've lived with the weight of limits, but now you will taste the freedom of new beginnings. I am marking this time as a season of restoration. What was lost will be returned. Dreams that seemed buried will come alive again. Ideas you had forgotten will be stirred up with fresh energy, and relationships strained by worry and lack will find peace in the overflow I am sending. I will make what once felt closed suddenly open. I will transform obstacles into opportunities. You will look at situations that once filled you with fear, and instead, you will see paths of possibility. Where there was confusion, I will bring clarity. Where there was scarcity, I will bring abundance. But more than your finances, I'm changing your perspective. This month is not only about money in your hands, it's about peace in your mind, strength in your heart, and hope in your spirit. I want you to walk with the assurance that you are not forgotten, that every detail of your life matters to me. I want your nights to be different, no more lying awake, trapped by worry. I want your mornings to begin with expectation, not dread. I want you to sit at your table and feel gratitude, knowing that provision is not just an event, but a lifestyle when you trust me.